Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State has asked those in the presidential villa in Abuja what they smoke that makes them reason the way they do. Because normal human being no go fit dey reason the way they reason, even with clear corruption, clear rubbish happening. They don't even see it. They will come out, especially that additional. I think a Gabashewu sound that say that one see better small. But that additional, just get reserve. Just get control. Be like say Gabashewu say get small control, but additional, forget it. Because you begin to wonder what is really wrong with these people. He was reacting to a reply of presidential aide Gabashewu that President Buhari gave a upper hand to headers. Ortom had said the president had ordered security agents to be soft towards herdsmen killing people in parts of the country, especially Benue State. But reacting Shehu faulted the governor on several parameters on which he based his comments. However, the Benue State governor, who spoke through his principal special assistant new media Raymond Magen, said, while being a weak line in the hope of making a rebuttal of the governor's revelation, it smacks of ignorance to make the claim generally that Nigerian sub-security personnel would not share confidential information with a state governor. To be clear, on a number of cases they do. And for a state governor battling with herdsmen attacks, it is no brainer. He must have feedback from all security outfits involved in arresting the header attacks, and such feedback always includes off-record or don't quote me information. But then Shehu would also add that if indeed Governor Ortom is saying the truth, he should name names. All the Boko Harams that you told us that they are sponsors, how many have you released? Have you been able to release it? You can't tell him to release it until you release the names of the Boko Harams. You yourself, you said 400. You say you know them, but it is difficult for you to release their names, or you expect him to come and tell you one of the security officers or the security officers that told him that you gave them order not to punish Fulani S-men. You try. You expect him to come and tell you. You as a leader of the nation telling us people are still dying in their large numbers, and you told us that you know those who are behind it. Till today, you don't want to release their names. So you expect him, this person told me that this, without being told. Are we not seeing? Have you ever seen any Fulani men being arrested? Even with the way they are all over every nook and crannies in this country, they are there committing havoc. None of them has been arrested, but every day you hear that you are going to, they go to IPOB camp, they did this, they did that. But Fulani men, they've never arrested them. So in my opinion, Ortom is not going to release any name or tell you whosoever that told him. So you are telling us that a governor, is he not the chief security officer of the state? So what are you saying? That he cannot get, nobody will be able to tell him? You think he's an ordinary governor? So all this position you are giving to them, chief security officer of the state, so now just paper and amount it be. Well, he said nobody. Let him name the military personnel who told him this story. I once wrote that I wonder what they smoke there at the villa. Gaba's outing here reinforces my curiosity. If Gaba expects Ortom to give out the identities of people who give him information on their devilish plans, he's clearly overrated. It is sufficient that they know, the governor and the country now knows of this order that has long been widely thought as merely the body language of the president. It's worse, it is now a communicated order. In phrasing the title for his State House press release on the subject, Shehu coined it Ortom's Lies Insult Nation's Security System. An alternative title, more befitting, I might add, would be Ortom's Revelation Helps in Understanding the Embodied Attacks on Communities by Armed Herdsmen. This is especially so because one can now make better sense of the prevalence on the one hand of gun-wielding herdsmen freely moving across the country and the shoot-on-sight order for possessors of AK-47, the latter. being a so-called president order. There is now a guided understanding to how particular weapons are strictly withdrawn from battlefields wherein their use was mostly responsible for inflicting high number casualties on enemies of state. It addresses our curiosity or some revelation on strange military tactics like sending out numbered personnel to battlefields with weapons that easily gathered intelligence already points to possession of what higher grade weaponry by the enemy. It reduces our sense of wonder, helps our appreciation of the many puzzles on bizarre military responses with regarding timing, armed levels, personnel numbers, reluctance or refusal to go after known targets or camps. To have as president someone with a military background should ordinarily assure of their loyalty to country, their broad-mindedness and triumph over such common prejudices as ethnicity, religion, and region, and so on. Instead, we have a soldier who embraces vulnerabilities in these areas and presides over security or country with every security decisions and appointments influenced by these parochial learnings. Shame. It does point to a deep sense of dissatisfaction, frustration when high-placed military personnel begin to reveal unpopular orders. When these reviews do not lead to reviews and then reversals, options available as resorts are considered and they may not be pleasant options. Autumn's revelations cannot be waved aside. Of course, it can't be waved aside now. You that you are listening, how many times have you heard that Fulani men have been arrested? No, they don't arrest them. And that is why you hear Miyetti Allah boasting here and there. Boasting here and there. This governor is very lucky Obasanjo is not the sitting president. If it is Obasanjo, what will happen? Obasanjo can never run government like this man. Buhari's government is premised on ethnicity and religious. Of course, which is true. Obasanjo said, even in as much as we know that he's tough, he can't even get to this impunity now. OBJ would have done what? My man, God bless you, sir. Making Buhari president is a colossal mistake. Ortom, what about you? You need to tell us what you smoke that make you treat civil servants in Benue State the way you do. You pay pensioners 3 or 4 times a year. You hardly pay salary. We have bad rules everywhere. When they are taking or talking about a governors that did very well, just keep quiet. My people, say not all the banks of a river are bad. Therefore, Ortom may not be good in paying salaries, but can at least secure or talk for his people. No, everything must go together. It's to provide succor. People who work, you have to pay them. So if not, what are they going to be eating? Every one of them has their own faults. No, we can't say leave this one and do the other one. No. What does this have to do with the issue of killer S-men under discourse? Yes, Ortom lied. He's a liar trying to cover up his misdeeds to Benue State. Odenisha, he lie. How many Fulani men they know they kill people? We don't even have President Buhari. Okay, we don't have President Buhari has died long time ago. Ortom is very, very right. OBJ is a sensible president, not like this government. To be frank, Shehu can't even win governorship election in his state, so he should respect also. You done that, governor. Okay, it's better to be a smoker than a thief. So your Buhari is not a thief. Olusegun, what a colossal mistake. Indeed, bringing Buhari to power, the evil and the untold hardship he has subjected Nigeria into. You can imagine. So, Ortom is asking, what's in there they smoke for that villa?